Okay guys, gonna give you an update on the car. I know it's been a long time since I made a video because there really hasn't been a lot going on. But anyways, everything's all in the front. All the new suspension pieces and everything are all in. You'll notice that I have the sway bar links all mounted and the arms, but I do not have a sway bar. This is actually a axle off of one of the carts. And I'm still waiting on the sway bar. Funny story about the sway bar. I ordered the sway bar from a company and it's supposed to be 23 inches long. So I know that they get the sway bar made by somebody else, and so 8 weeks have gone by now since I ordered it, and I still hadn't received any word on when it's being shipped or anything. So I called the manufacturer directly and I said, hey, I'm Mark Sawatsky, and you have a 23-inch bar at your building, and I was wondering if you were shipping it to me or shipping it to that other company first. And they looked at all their records and they had my name and my shipping address, but the bar that they had built for me, which they had actually just finished building that day, was a 29-inch bar. Well, a 29-inch bar is not going to fit my car. I need a 23-inch bar. So they had to remake the bar and get it to me. They shipped it today, so it's on its way. But it's crazy that I had to find out that it was 6 inches too long. What if I hadn't done that? I'd be getting a bar that's not going to fit in my car. This has been very frustrating. So now racing's going on. It's Friday. It's Friday. We got lots of people racing, which is awesome. I'm really happy about that. I got my new sticker on the car, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so everything's, the only thing I'm waiting on is that sway bar. So once that's here, then I think I'm gonna take the car for a drive around Speed World, because there's still too much snow on the ground for me to drive it anywhere out there. But yeah, see what we got to contend with here. I'm so jealous of the other guys, like in Florida now, that are already autocrossing, and my California friends are all autocrossing already, and I'm still months away from being able to drive my car. But I don't know. I'm really excited about this season. I think it's going to be an awesome season. I'm really enthusiastic about where the car, you know, the changes I made, and you know, it's gonna be so much different than it was last year with those Penske shocks now, and I have lots of suspension travel. That's gonna be really cool, and hopefully that tire is gonna remain planted on the ground. And Verilok, which as some of you know, I had the drama with my differential not working, and I sent it back to them, and then they wanted to charge me more money to fix it, even though I'd only had like 30 minutes of use on it. They are going to replace it free of charge, so I'm really excited about that. So we'll see what happens there. They are currently manufacturing the new parts for my diff, so I should be getting that in the next little while. I got a Eaton True Track in the car now. We'll try it with that. We're going to see how that works and see if the car works with that. I mean, I got lots of suspension travel now. I got like 8 inches. I only had around 4.5 inches before, so I had 2 inches of droop and about 2.5 inches of compression. Not enough, clearly not enough. So, but now I got 8 inches. Like, I got 4 inches of droop and 4 inches of compression. That's a huge difference. And I've got, I made changes to the anti-dive and the anti-squat, and I don't know what any of that stuff means. Well, I sort of have an idea what it means. But, so I got all those changes done. I've got changes to the bump steer. I got 0 bump steer. My Ackerman's changed now. I got just a 2-speed transmission to deal with now. I don't have to deal with 4 speeds anymore. Yeah, it's really good. Really exciting. And I have had some, if you're still listening to this video or still watching this video, I've had some conflict with some other people in the racing community because, well, I'll tell you what happens. So I have posted, when I started building this car, I posted about it locally, like on my local forum, just, you know, around Winnipeg. And somebody on that forum shared it on another forum, like the Grassroots Motorsports forum, and those people were very enthusiastic about the car and what I was doing. I mean, back then I had a V12 and an MGB GT, which was really cool. And so anyways, I've posted it, the build for the car on several forums, and people make comments, good, like almost all positive. Almost all comments on my car is positive, and I feel really good about that. I'm not a very public person. Hard to believe considering how many people know about this car, and you know, I share it and I have a YouTube page and stuff, but I've come to the realization I'm really not that public of a person. But I have continued to share the build on the car, and people make suggestions. You know, like I'll say, oh, I'm having a problem with this whatever, and people will make suggestions, and sometimes I get a lot of suggestions, and sometimes, like, I always read the suggestions and I consider them. I don't always implement them immediately, but you know, sometimes I'll get a oh, you should do this to your car, and then somebody on another forum will also suggest it, and another, you know, somewhere else somebody else will suggest it, and people will send me personal messages. And, you know, they'll send me a direct message or whatever saying, oh, you should do this thing, and sometimes I do it, I try it, you know, what have I got to lose? Other times I don't. But where the conflict happens is I'll do something, I'll make a change, and it'll work or it won't work. And if it works, I've had some people get really, really upset with me because I didn't give them credit. I don't know what that's all about, you know? Like, I've had these long tirades from people that follow my build complaining that I don't follow their advice, or I did follow their advice and I didn't give them credit for it. And I don't know what that's all about, because, like, what am I going to do? Am I going to make a list somewhere, make a spreadsheet, and I'm like, oh, well, this username person gave me a suggestion, we'll file that away, and then 6 months down the road I actually do that, and I go back and who suggested that thing that I should, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thankful for the people that give me suggestions. I'm thankful for them. I'm not so thankful for the people that heavily criticize something I've done, because, like, look, when I started this car, I knew nothing about race cars. I knew nothing about race cars. And I know almost nothing now. It's a little more than nothing, but, you know, not that much more than nothing, but I know a little bit more now. But I don't really, you know, I don't really need the heavy criticism. There's been plenty of times where I've been like, you know what, screw it. I'm not going to bother posting about any more about this race car and my build. This is, I mean, it's for me. I'm building this car for me. I'm not building for anybody else. But then I have these people that are genuine fans of the car and just like, wow, you know, and keep them coming, keep the updates coming. And so I'm like, oh shit, there's more of those people than there are these other dickheads that are so heavily critical of everything I do. But I guess the internet's full of people like that are just trolls. You know, they are just so critical of everything you do, and it's very easy for them to sit back on their side of the computer and say, oh man, yeah, I could have told you that those motorcycle shocks weren't going to work. Yeah, great, but you're not where I am, and I'm trying to build this car for as little money as possible. Now I've realized that running an E-mod against Jeff Kiesel, if Jeff Kiesel's watching this, Jeff, you're an amazing builder, tuner, driver, and if I can get even close to you, I'll think that's amazing. But anyways, yeah, he's pretty amazing. Jeff's never going to see this video, but he is an amazing driver, and that car, that Bug-Eye Sprite is just insane. It's just so planted when it goes around the course. Like, I don't think I've ever seen the car spin, which, how do you go so fast on the edge and never, I don't know. It's amazing. I've heard people that have driven the car that say it's the best autocross car they've ever driven. I don't know. Jeff's driven my car. He thought my car was a nightmare. I've never driven his car. See, I don't think my car is a nightmare. I think my car is an absolute sweetheart to drive. It's easy, predictable. I've never spun it. Well, I spun it once when I hit the brakes and the rear's locked up and it spun out, but that was 2 years ago. You know, that was an old suspension setting and everything. That's not going to happen again. But anyways, yeah, so it's very easy to be critical. I don't know how qualified some of these people that are critical of the car, I don't know how qualified they are to criticize my race car build, but whatever. I love YouTube. I'm on YouTube constantly, and I rarely criticize people because I know what it's like to be criticized. You know, you're just doing your best, right? It'd be different if it was instead of Speed World Indoor Kart Track, it was Speed World race car manufacturers and fabricators, and I made huge mistakes. That would be different. But it's not that. I own a kart track, and you know, the race car build is just something on the side. And anyways, so yeah, there's been some people that are pretty hard on me for things I've done or things I have not said. And also, there's a fellow competitor who sent me a direct message. I'm not going to say who, but there's a fellow competitor who I respect, immensely respect. They, as far as I can tell, are just a really intelligent person and really clever with their car and drive amazingly well. And I don't know if they read one of my build threads on the forum or if they watched my YouTube page. That I don't know. But they sent me a message over Facebook, and they were really upset with me. And again, I don't know what I said. I don't know what I said or what I did. I asked them, I said, hey, you know, I want to make this right. If I've said or done something that's that bothersome, like, let me make it right. I'll go back and edit it or remove it if it's, you know, whatever. But they've unfriended me or whatever now, so I can't even find out what exactly I did. But I guess that's going to make for an awkward grid when I go to Spring Nationals or Nationals, because I may be parked beside them, this person that wants nothing to do with me anymore. But anyways, that's the saddest part of all of it is losing a friend. I mean, I don't know who's gone to Nationals, but Nationals are the experience with the people. Everybody is just so nice, you know, and those are my friends. And like, I want to bring gifts to these people because I go down there and they're these people I respect, and they're as passionate about racing and cars as I am, and I love talking to them. Everybody's all busy running around getting their cars all tuned and stuff, so I don't get enough time to talk to them. But to have one of my friends so upset with me, that's pretty bothersome to me. I hope I can make that right. I hope it blows over. But anyways, this is I don't know what we're gonna call this video, the Ramblin man or something. It's been pretty crazy, and I'm sorry if I've bored you, but that's what's going on. Well, it's a 15-minute video already. Anyways, we're back in here, and that race is over now. But anyways, car's gonna be awesome. This is gonna be a great season. So I'll keep you updated as soon as my sway bar comes in, and we'll talk to all of you later.